From Creamer Media in Johannesburg, this is the Real Economy Report. Denel Dynamics has developed a new unmanned air vehicle which was displayed at the recent African Aeropsace and Defence exhibition. Keith Campbell reports.
Denel Dynamics is the Missile and Unmanned Air Vehicle, or UAV, business of the state-owned Denel Defence Industrial Group. UAVs are also referred to as Unmanned Air Systems, or UASs. The new UAV, or UAS, is called the Hungwe. The Denel Dynamics program manager for the Hungwe, Sapanki Peto, explains why the company developed it and what it is intended for.
Denel Dynamics has been offering UAVs in the past many years, and they've realized that there is a segment that they're not really fulfilling, and they've decided to build Hungwe, which is a very small UAV, and it does a 100 kilometer operating radius, 6 hours endurance, and the altitude ceiling is 12,000 feet. And the main target market is the African market and your Far East market, and also the emphasis as well in the civilian application. Your border patrol, your anti-rhino poaching activities, and also normal reconnaissance applications. The system carries a day and night payload. It's a 5 kilogram payload. The day payload has an HD capability in it. It's a 100cc engine. It's an 8 horsepower engine. It's fuel injected.
Steel and aluminium building product supplier and manufacturer Duro Pressings recently opened the doors to its new factory. Nomvelo Buthelezi finds out what inspired this rebranding.
Duro Pressings has embarked on a rebranding mission which has seen the 10 facilities of the company come under one brand. Duro National Contracts Manager Barry Sachs explains what inspired the change.
The previous owners were managing quite a number of brands. There were many names, and we felt the Duro brand, the Duro name, was being lost in all that branding. And it was then decided that the Duro name is the one that should be promoted. We have a broad base of customers, and our customers obviously know the Duro name very well. But those outside that broad base may not know the name that well. And we felt that was important. So that was our main decision.
Sachs says the company is always looking to expand its footprint, both locally and internationally.
Duro already has an African footprint. We do export to different parts of Africa. We are trying to increase that all the time. We have people that are dedicated to looking at export markets for us. Duro, in the new Duro, which is a fiercely proud company, as you can see from our branding, the way is that it's not a company that's going to be standing still. It's looking at all different opportunities, and that doesn't stop. And it's a company that is going to go ahead in the future, and you'll hear a lot more of the Duro name.
Other news making headlines this week: Toyota's new parts centre leads a new round of investment from the car manufacturer, and Eskom sets up a school to train specialist welders. Toyota South Africa Motors' new 363 million rand parts distribution warehouse is the first big money spent in a fresh multi-billion rand investment cycle by the Japanese manufacturer.
The 363 million we spent on the first half of this facility and the 70 million we invested in the first phase of quantum localization is small in comparison, but it is very significant. It signals our continued support for full-scale vehicle manufacturing and export in South Africa, and we will continue with this. It strengthens our views that as South African market leader, we must set the standard in investing in and in developing the motor industry in South Africa.
Eskom CEO Brian Dahm says the utility has taken on board criticism over the fact that it is continuing to employ foreign specialist welders at its power station projects and has established an internal welding school to redress the situation.
As Eskom, we've established a welding school to train high-quality welders and a power plant engineering institute to collaborate with South African universities to make sure our engineers are specialized within the power sector. We are being criticized many a time about the fact that we import welders as Eskom. Welders are not the people welding steel gates. We do not have skilled welders, high-class welders in South Africa. And that's why for now we import them, but in the future we're busy training them.
That's Creamer Media's Real Economy Report. Join us again next week for more news and insight into South Africa's real economy.